All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and I'm here to bring you guys the high-rev perspective.
And my name is Josh, and I'll be bringing the low-rev perspective.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Brunswick Crown Victory Pearl, and I'm going to be comparing that to the Brunswick Crown Victory and the Hammerhead Pearl.
And I'll be comparing it to the Storm Next Factor and the Brunswick Crown Victory. These comparisons will give us and you an idea of what these pieces look like going down the lane. At the end, we will give our honest, unbiased review anywhere from nuts to trash. Today, we are here at Bolero Mesa on a fresh house shot. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you out on the lanes.
All right, after throwing the brand new Crown Victory Pearl, this one I was excited for just because of how much I liked the original Crown Victory, and this one feels very similar. I feel like it has that really nice Crown Victory rounded shape, weak and rounded shape, but just a little bit more friction response. And I feel like here it kind of helped. I feel like when the ball got to the friction, it didn't like hockey stick. Like there were a couple that I got to the friction early, and I totally expected them to go through the head pin or even honestly broke them just because I thought it was going to be more friction responsive, but it blended it really well. So I think that's a really good plus for this ball. I feel like it definitely had that blendy kind of Crown Victory shape, which I liked, but just a little bit more friction response. And to me, I thought it looked really good here. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw the original Crown Victory and see how that compares. All right, after seeing the Crown Victory go down the lane, with this one being a little smoother off the end of the pattern, it almost felt a little weaker. This one obviously has a few more games on it, so it's not gonna have quite the out-of-box reaction, but to me, I feel like it wanted to see it a little bit further down lane. Even though the Pearl on paper you would think would float down the lane a little bit more, I feel like with the little bit more friction response, it actually wanted to see it slightly sooner. So to me, the original Crown Victory is just a little bit smoother off the end of the pattern. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Hammerhead Pearl and see how that compares. All right, after seeing the Hammerhead Pearl go down the lane, to me this one's a slightly stronger symmetric pearl than the Crown Victory Pearl. I think the Hammerhead Pearl has a more kind of arcy, slower kind of ball reaction just because of the bigger core that's in it. The Crown Victory Pearl, to me, when I missed it left with it still wanting to hook, my misses in retained energy and went through the face, and I feel like the Hammerhead Pearl, when I missed it left, it still had that friction response, but with this slower kind of shape, it still kind of made pocket and didn't go straight through the head pin. It did have that 479 in there, but it was a lot more forward than the Crown Victory Pearl in my opinion. So final thoughts on the Crown Victory Pearl. This one I really enjoyed and was pretty surprising just because it is a pretty weak symmetric pearl. I was really surprised with my misses in. They never really missed the spot like a lot of kind of balls in this category do. To me, this one had enough friction response and retained energy enough to come off the end of the pattern every single time. Even when I started to throw it a little bit faster, just to kind of test the limits of the ball, it never really missed the end of the pattern, which I was really shocked about. There's not a ton of friction out to the right here today, but this one just wanted to see it every single time, and it was really impressive. So to me, I think I'm just gonna have to put this one in the fire category. I really enjoyed this one.
Just threw 10 shots with the new Brunswick Crown Victory Pearl. This ball for me was definitely a lot cleaner than the OG Crown Victory. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of the original Crown Victory, and this one is supposed to be right up that alley, just a little cleaner is what they're advertising, and I 100% agree with that. However, for me, I actually didn't love that. I actually, part of me wants to hit it with more surface, which is just gonna make it closer to the original Crown, but I felt like for what's out there right now, it just felt like it was a little too clean. It was really quick to friction and really not when it saw oil, and it really made it hard to blend the lane out. Again, it just felt like I was a little bit trapped where I'd move a little right, it'd hook, but I move a little left and try to get away from that hook spot and it would just sail 1,000 feet. So for what's out there right now, definitely would want to hit it with surface, but overall not a bad shape. It's still a Crown Victory, still gives me that same vibe, and again, it's hard for me not to like that type of shape. But now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the next factor and see how it compares. Just threw 5 shots with the Storm Next Factor. This ball is really starting to grow on me quickly. I've had some really good sets with it at league, and this is definitely one of those cleaner asymmetrical pieces. And compared to the Crown Victory, I do think that this is a ball up from that. However, I still feel like the quickness off friction is kind of similar. I just feel like the miss in with this ball actually gets off of oil, where with the Crown Victory Pearl, again, it just kind of waits that extra 2 seconds for it to try to do anything. So compared to the Crown Victory Pearl, definitely a bigger ball, but overall kind of still that same concept. So now we're going to go ahead and throw the original Crown Victory, the blue one, and see how that compares. Just threw 5 shots with the OG Crown Vic. This ball for me, definitely a little bit earlier, a little bit smoother off of friction. You can tell that for me, obviously this has a lot of games on it, so I don't expect it to quite hook as much as it, was when it first was out of box. But even out of box, I do remember like this ball, again, compared to like the Crown Victory Pearl, remember it being smoother and not so quick. I definitely feel like the Crown Victory Pearl was almost as quick as like a pink vibe, not quite, but like definitely more on that end than the original Crown Victory. Crown Victory, again, just you can see how much more smooth and continuous it was off of friction, and even when I missed in, again, it just actually dug in a little bit and tried to get back to pocket. Final thoughts on the Crown Victory Pearl. For me, again, this ball was a highly anticipated ball just because the Crown Victory, for me personally, was my number 2 of the year, ball of the year last year, and so had a lot of expectations coming into it, and unfortunately it didn't quite meet those, but again, I'm still going to throw it on other various patterns and try to throw it a little bit in league, maybe hit it with a touch of surface, even though I know that we'll make it closer to the original one, but that's fine by me if that's what happens. So for today, I am going to rate this one a meh. I do reserve the right to change that just because I have a feeling it could, but again, for what I saw today, it was just really hard to make it do the right thing. And again, like, you don't ever want to feel like you're making the ball do something, and that's kind of how I felt with this one. I just felt like it wasn't quite seeing it early enough. So a meh for today.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.